So it looks like PlayStation is making the same mistakes over again, because PlayStation Plus Premium is set to be launching here in less than a month, but already some countries have already gotten the service, and it looks like that they have not learned from their mistakes, because some of the classic games are the PAL versions playing at 50 hertz. If that sounds familiar to you, it's because we had the same issue on this little thing. Yeah, you guys remember this? Yeah. The PlayStation Classic, when it first came out, it was something that a lot of people were looking forward to. But the problem was it was overpriced, and it was playing a lot of the PAL versions of the games. And what's the difference between the PAL versions and the normal versions, the normal NTSC versions? Well, the NTSC versions play at 60 hertz, where the PAL versions are the British versions, I believe the UK version, and they play at 50 hertz. Well, that's when it's at 50 hertz, it lowers the frame rate and plays in almost like a slow motion type a game. And that was a problem that the PlayStation Classic really had, was a lot of these really good games like Tekken were playing at a much slower rate because they were the PAL versions of the game. And this caused a lot of people to not pick up the console, because it was, one, playing the PAL versions, and two, it was extremely overpriced at the time. So a lot of people didn't pick up the PlayStation Classic. I did get mine when it was finally on sale for like $25. I walked into a Walmart and they had a whole bin of them for like $25. I picked it up, and it's not very good to be trying to play these type of games. Well, it looks like PlayStation is going through the same tricks again, because like I said, the PlayStation Plus Premium service has launched as several countries overseas already, and games like Ape Escape, for example, is playing at a much slower frame rate. Now, here's a video of the guy kind of showing. Looks like the PlayStation 1 Classics are using 50 hertz PAL version instead of the NTSC. Feels much smoother than the emulated version. So I'm gonna play this video, and we're gonna kind of just take a look at it real quick and show what exactly is going on here. So he's got it playing on his TV, and he's got it playing the PlayStation Premium version. So he's got the original, and then he's got the PlayStation. So we'll watch this video, and we'll see how slow it's actually playing. Like okay, he's playing it right now. Look on look how much faster that's running, because that is playing at the 60 hertz the way it's supposed to be, and it's the NTSC version. So that's the version he's playing on his old CRTV, right? Look at that. See how it's playing? Much smoother, like constantly. And now it's like almost like the character's underwater. It's so slow. It's bad emulation, because they're using the PAL version of the game. And this was like I said, this was a major problem when the PlayStation Classic came out. They gave us great games, right? 20 preloaded games, great games. But the problem was games like Tekken and stuff, you could not play it because they put the PAL ROMs on there, not the regular ROMs that we're used to having at the 60 hertz. So a lot of these games, although they're great games, we could not play because they're the PAL versions of the game. And you think Sony, with this PlayStation Plus Premium package coming out, I was all planning on day one, I'm going to subscribe to the biggest package, the premium package, the $18 a package, and I'm going to review this thing. And already we're getting problems overseas where PlayStation doesn't learn from their mistakes, and once again, they put the PAL versions of the ROMs on there instead of the NTSC versions of the thing. So Sony, once again, is just rushing stuff out the market. You think they would learn, right? Like, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt on this one, because they're adding trophy support to PlayStation 1 games, which is fantastic. Lets me go back and play these old games, right? They're really thinking this through. They have these different things. I'm like, okay, I'm good, man. I'm good. Would I have loved if it was just one set price like the Game Pass was? Game Pass, $14.99 Game Pass Ultimate, boom, you're good to go. Or you got regular Game Pass. No, they got 3 different tiers, whatever. I'm going to sign up for the highest tier and give it a try. And then within a matter of days, we come across this stuff where they're once again releasing the PAL versions of the games. Now, if you're not a hardcore gamer, I don't think you would really notice it all that much. I think that's what they're banking on. is, look, we need to get this stuff out. It's just we already have these ROMs. Why they decide to go power ROMs, I'm not entirely sure, but I think they're banging on a lot of people not really noticing. But if you're a gamer, especially a retro gamer like me, I love going back and playing retro games. It's something I enjoy doing. You're gonna notice these things. Like, you're going to notice if it's not playing well, especially if it's a game that, like, you played a lot. Like, if you play Tekken a lot, right? Like I did Tekken 2 on the PlayStation, right? You know something's gonna be like, something's wrong. Look what Nintendo did when it came to the N64 expansion pass on the Switch, and look how many people called out the BS that they pulled with Zelda Ocarina of Time. The same thing's happening here, where once again Sony, whether it's ignorance or just not knowing, they put the PAL versions of the games on there once again, making the same mistake they had with the PlayStation Classic. You think they would have learned their lesson from that. You think they would have took the time, made sure they had the correct ROMs released for this service, since this service is supposed to be so big for them. But once again, they wet the bed. They wet the bed once again when they were trying to put this stuff together, and it's very misfortunate. I don't know how many of the ROMs are the PAL versions of the ROMs, but hopefully they get this fixed soon, because it's sad. It's sad, and it's really disappointing for people that were excited for the premium service. So that's what I have, guys. I want to know what you guys think. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. How do you feel about Sony once again? It feels like taking a shortcut and just putting the PAL versions of the ROMs on there. It's very disappointing for me, but I want to know what you guys think. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.